At the time, it was called Chicks and yeah, Chicks and that's what it was called originally. Yeah, and I also had another audition for a show called The Assistants with Heather Locklear, and
God bless the
yeah, and I just remember it being like it was such a weird. It was such a weird time for me because I was just performing. I was like, look, I don't give a which show it is. I just want to be on a show. I just want to work. I just want to be on a TV show. This is a goal. This is a dream. New Girl had me audition for the role of Coach, like 3 times. But I was dressed weird on my 3rd audition or something, and so they were like, they didn't want me. They passed on me. So the first audition I had for The Assistants went really bad. It wasn't my fault. Like I had it was like 5 monologues, but I had it. The woman I was reading with thought she could put the script down and just read off book. She started with the lines so bad that I was like, where is she? Like, where is she in the script? They passed on me immediately. I called my agent. I said, no, I need to get back in that room. There's like, oh, it happens. You got another one auditioning tomorrow. I said, no. I know she up. You get me back. I told my agent, I said, you get me back in that room, or I'm finding a new agent. And she was like, excuse me? I was like, this is how convinced I am that this will pay off. Trust me. She gets me back in the room, but this time it's with the producers. So keep in mind, to track where we are, New Girl doesn't want me anymore, or Chicks and don't want me anymore. Assistants.
I'm glad that Chicks and didn't want you.
Yeah, I did. Whoa, that sounds crazy.
Pause. Cam makes
yeah. So then I'm going back to read for assistants, but this time I'm with the producers.
Okay.
And I was like nervous as shit. So I go back in there and I start reading. Well, actually, scratch that. Right before that, New Girl was like, okay, look, have Lamorne come back and read, but tell him don't wear those weird clothes that he wore the time before.
Some clothes.
Yeah, so I was like, all right, I'll just wear some regular clothes. So I wear the regular clothes. They like the audition. They want me to come back and test, which means they've got down to their final 3 people they want. And now you go sign a contract that tells you how much money you're gonna make. So then they can just put you in front of the studio and the network, and then whoever they pick, the deal is already made. So they wanted me to come do that, like 2 days in advance, like 2 days away. Assistants goes, okay, we're gonna bring Lamorne back in read with the producers. I go back and read with the producers. I start reading. They stop me in the middle of the audition again, and I was like,
"This is for the assistants."
Assistants, the one I thought I crushed, but they passed on me, and I was like, "You gotta be me." I was like, "What the they stopped me for?" And in my mind, I was like, "Oh goddamn, maybe I'm just not what they want." The producer goes, "Let me stop you right there. Let me stop you right there." And he goes, "We've seen it now." He's like, "We hear you're auditioning for. We hear you're testing for New Girl tomorrow." And I was like, "Yeah." And he was like, "Can we ask you to tank that audition?" And I said, "Well, can you make me an offer?" And he was like, "We just might." And I was like, "Okay." I walked out of the room. The reason why they wanted that to happen, because if I signed the contract the next day with New Girl, they're in what's considered first position. So pilot, I can go audition for as many things as I want, but I already signed a contract here. So if they want me, the rest of the shows gotta just back off. And so the next day I had a little powwow with some friends. Chad Boseman was one of them.
God bless the
God bless the Gina Rodriguez. She was like, they both were like coaching me on the pros and cons, you know, and basically what it was go audition for the show you want. You're just starting in your pilot season. There's gonna be many shows. Go audition for the thing you want, and what's yours is yours.
Absolutely.
Now, if a contract offer comes in, take the offer. But right now, there's no offer in. I go to do the New Girl audition. I'm sitting there. They're about to ask me to come sign the contract. As soon as I walk up, the casting director calls me in. He's like, "Lamorne," and he's like, "Here's a pen. I'm about to sign the contract and go read." My phone, I forgot to turn my phone off. My phone started ringing, and I was like, "Oh, sorry." I look at it. It's my agent, and I was like, I looked at the casting director, and I was like, "I gotta take this call." And he looked down at my phone, and he went, because he knew that it was my agent. My agent the day before kept telling New Girl to make me an offer. They were like, CBS is going to make him an offer. You make him an offer. And they were like, he's not a celebrity. We don't know who he is. Why would we make him an offer? Who does he think he is? And right before I signed that contract, phone rang. I was like, I gotta go. And he was so pissed.
I believe it.
Because CBS sent me an official offer for more money than what New Girl was offering.
Okay.
So I didn't have to go test. I just had to just go do the show.
And this is before Winston, though.
This is before Winston.
Oh, so this is not even for the part that you initially wound up getting.
Right.
Okay.
This is for Coach. So I go do the CBS pilot. They get Damon Wayans Jr. to go and do New Girl. Great choice. Damon had another show that was potentially going to go for a second season.
If I'm not mistaken, it was with
Happy Endings.
Yes.
Happy Endings. And
With Kristen Bell.
no,
Was
with
it Kristen Bell?
no, it wasn't Kristen Bell, but I forget who.
Yeah.
But anyway, he goes and I think it's Alexa Cuthbertson, Adam Pally. There's a lot of folks on that show. But he basically Damon New Girl went. They were like, okay, we're going to make this into a show. Assistants, we're not making it into a show. So here I am with no job. I chose the pilot, didn't get picked up. All good. They're moving forward with New Girl. Now, who's to say if I did New Girl as Coach, it would have worked?
Exactly.
You know what I mean? What's yours is yours.
Absolutely.
Damon is Damon. Like, you know what I mean? So he helped get the show made and greenlit. So then they came back and they were like, okay, Damon can't do it. We need another actor. And it wasn't, a lot of people were like, oh, they just replaced one black guy with another black guy. That wasn't it. They created a whole new role so Damon could still keep that character in case he wanted to come back.
And which he wound up doing anyway.
So they were like, they rewrote another character. I mean, it was every.
So they created Winston for you?
Yes, but they created it for anyone.
Yes.
So they opened it back up for auditions, and it was black dudes in there, white dudes, Asian dudes, Middle East. It was everybody in there, big, small. It didn't matter. So I ended up having 15 total auditions, something in that ballpark, because they kept bringing me back, Okay, we want to exhibit read for it because they didn't know if they wanted like a Big Brother thing in the loft, and apparently he killed it. They were just like, yeah, we don't go with exhibit, but it switched the dynamic in what they were trying to create. So then they had to switch it up again, brought me in again.
A lot of tweaking.
A lot of it. That's why I had so many auditions. And then by the end of it, I ended up booking it, and it worked out. I mean, it's the biggest gig, that's propelled my career.
It's a meme factory because you can't go on Instagram, TikTok, anything without someone using you guys' voices for something. Or having a meme of something of a Winstonism.
Yes.
Like your cat is legendary. Your cat's funeral is legendary. Your sweaters are legendary.
Yeah.
Like literally, like one of the biggest takeaways from that show was you guys' rapport and your relationships. And your relationships have outlasted the show because you guys are really good friends. I see you on each other's pods. I see you each other's comments, mentions, everything, and you guys are just so silly, and everyone has progressed so far, and it's an amazing thing.